You used a phrase that I think was so important because you said, we've been married for 10 years. Where else is she going to go?
Yeah.
And that might be true. Maybe your wife is a stay-at-home mom and she has no money of her own, and where's she going to go? But do you want your wife in your bed because she has nowhere else to go, or do you want her there because she wants to be there? Like, what a difference is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, make her want to be there. Or make him want to be there.
That's a great point.
You can't have the attitude of like, well, where else are you going to go? It's like, I mean, yeah, but is that what you want?
No, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. It might be true, but...
You know what? I got a great lesson in my first ever sales job with a mentor of mine. I got to sit next to his office. He was the head honcho of the company, and he was going to put me in management, in a management position. I was like, oh, yeah, this is great. He's like, Rich, let me give you your first management lesson. I'm like, okay, great. Hit me with it. He says, there's a difference between being a have-to leader and a want-to leader. Mm-hmm. He said, most leaders, they're have to. I have to listen to my boss because he's going to fire me if I don't. Very few leaders are want to. I want to follow this guy.
Yeah. And welcome back to another episode of the Married with Mujica's podcast. We are so glad that you're here. We are Richard and Hailey Mujica. We have been married for 12 years. It'll actually be 13 years in 25 days.
Whoa, dude, that's intense.
May 25th.
I love it.
But we've got
send us gifts.
We've got 4 children ranging from 11 to 5, and we homeschool and we run a home-based business, and we are trying to learn and figure out the whole homestead thing. And we are super passionate about marriage.
Oh, yeah.
We're super passionate about marriage and just want to see marriages thrive and see marriages enjoy each other and get to the end thriving, not just gritting it out. Yes, I don't think there's any trophy for bearing it to the end. I want to enjoy the process, and I want that for all of you.
Yeah,
so that's why we're here.
That's right.
We started this podcast after we were in Hawaii for our 10-year anniversary and just said, I really feel like God's putting in our hearts that we need to do this. And after delaying for over a year, we finally decided, you know what, we're gonna go. There's never gonna be a calm, easy, simple time to do it. We're just gonna go for it. So we've been here for a little over a year now, and I'm so excited. I love it.
I know. It's crazy, man.
And I just Rich and I, we're just like normal people that are living a normal life that just happen to love being married. We're not therapists. We're not psychologists. We're just totally coming at this from normal people.
Here.
No PhD here at all. So take that with a grain of salt,
just a little bit of life experience.
But how are you?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Oh, yeah. I didn't bring the weights in. You said don't bring the weights.
I know.
So I didn't do that. But overall, I am doing fantastic. Life is good. Can't complain. And it's kind of funny because when people are like, hey, Rich, like, what's new with you? Absolutely nothing.
And that's the way I like it.
And that's the way I like it. It's like, dude, nothing. Hey, just keep going.
Yep.
How about you?
Good.
Yeah.
Life's good. We're just coming to the end of our school year, which if you're a homeschooling mom, you know that by the end of the school year, you are like trudging to just get these last few lessons done. And that's totally where I feel right now. My son, our oldest, is like double and tripling up on math lessons just so he can be done because he's so over it. But we're almost there. We're almost there.
Yeah.
But that's
awesome.
the funny thing with homeschooling is it's like the lessons and stuff are one thing, but like school's not done in just a few hours for us. It's all the time. So it's not like,
yeah.
The only thing that changes about summer is that we don't have to sit down with the textbook, but we're still just like, it's the constant growth and conversation. And
yeah, that's a really good point because it's actually a very good point. I never thought of it like this because when I went to school, there was a clear delineation between school and no school.
Or there's a difference between mom and teacher.
And mom and teacher.
Our kids don't have that.
Yeah, they don't have that. It's so funny. It's like every day, like it's always school.
It's always school.
Yeah.
And it's never school
and
somehow,
it's never school. Yeah. It's kind of like when you start a business, it's like, there's always business.
Yeah, it's always work time.
It's always work time. But it's actually very interesting point you brought up. Never thought of that.
But really, I mean, one of the greatest gifts I think about homeschooling is that, I don't know, there's so many good things about it. But we actually did an entire episode about homeschooling in like September.
Maybe we should do another one. I don't know. Anybody interested in some
for
homeschooling?
Sure.
Actually.
And that's one of like, I love to talk about homeschooling. So at the beginning of the school year, we'll talk about it again. But
yeah,
right now I'm ready for a break from homeschooling. So I don't want to talk about it.
We ain't talking about homeschooling, right?
Anyways, so today's episode is going to be fun. We're kind of playing a little bit of a game with Rich, which is why I have my little trusty iPad here and Richard does not. So what we're doing is
I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I told Rich, just come and look cute. That's all you have to do.
I mean, that's easy for me.
That's easy for you. So I have a list of 15 different ways that you can make your spouse feel loved.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I have in front of me. Now you are going to put them in order from 1 to 15, and you're not going to know the whole list before you do it. So I'm going to give you one, and you have to tell me where to put it on the list. And then we're going to kind of talk about some different ways that we do it.
You give me one without another, and I'm supposed to just put it on the list?
Yes, so I'm going to give you the first one, and you're going to say, okay, that's probably going to be number 12, and you have to kind of... and you can't move them once you put them in their spot.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
yes.
So I'm basically flying blind.
Okay, so we're going to start with the first one. Are you ready?
I've never been more ready.
The first one is words of affirmation.
Ooh,
this can be compliments, encouragement. I'm proud of you. Little text throughout the day. Where are you going to put words of affirmation? And then we'll talk about it.
1.
Number 1. You're going to take up the number 1 slot on the first go.
Yeah, I'm going to put 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put number 1. I love words of affirmation. I love, and we've talked about this before. Growing up, I was the youngest boy, right? Or youngest child.
Youngest kid,
I had 3 moms, and they did my laundry. They cooked my dinners. They told me I was awesome. Richie can never do
Can I clarify something real quick? Yeah. Richard didn't have 3 moms in the sense that like his dad wasn't a polygamist or something.
No,
he had
like
a mom
2 sisters and
2
a
older
mom.
sisters
2
that
sisters
were
and a mom. Yeah,
they were 8 and 9 years older than him. So it felt like 3 moms, but he only had 1 mother.
Yeah, I didn't really have 3 moms. That was a good clarification. Yeah, hey, we live in some crazy times. So I got a lot of words of affirmation. My dad was a words guy. He was smooth, criminal type of dude with the words. And so I got a lot of affirmation from my dad. So I grew up with a lot of affirmation, right? And I think I just crave that in my life. Maybe it's an insecurity. Maybe it's like I need to be told I'm awesome, whatever it is. But I do like that. And it makes me feel good.
That's your number 1, which is so funny about us. I think in so many ways we like paired together really, really well. But in this one way, you grew up with like words of affirmation is your thing, and you grew up in a very wordy family, and I did not. Like words is not really a comfortable thing for me. And so that's something I've really had to like be intentional about and learn. How do I do there? Would you say?
I would say you do. I mean, like what, on a scale of 1 to 10, or like I'd say you're very good at it.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, you always give me affirmation, praise. I think you're also good with criticizing in private and praising in public.
Okay, that's important.
Which is very important. That might even be on your list. But yeah, and if you're a wife, I would say most men really lean towards words of affirmation. I don't know. I think it might be a man thing too. I think women obviously need it. But it might be just a man thing. We might just have these emotional insecurities that we just need to be told we're awesome all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say that I could be wrong, but that's a really high one. So I'm just going to put it at 1 because I don't know where else to put it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's something, like I said, doesn't come super naturally to me, that as a wife, I've had to really try and learn and be intentional about doing, which is really important.
Funny. That's a good point.
Okay. Number 2. Physical touch, non-sexual touch. So hugs, holding hands, sitting close.
I really like physical touch.
Where are you putting it? 1, 2 to 15.
I mean, dear Lord, it's so hard. I almost want to put it at number 2, but I think there might be something better than that. So I'm going to put it at number 3.
Really?
I'm going to put it at number 3. Yeah.
So
physical touch is really big for me too. I really enjoy physical touch. Non-sexual physical touch. I don't know, man. Like, I'm a dude. It's hard to have like non-sexual physical touch and not feel some type of sexual vibe to it.
Right.
That's how I feel about the whole thing. But with that being said, I love holding hands. I love the physical touch. I love just the closeness that I feel to you when we're, have that physical touch nature. I feel like you and I are doing better when we're doing more physical touch. That's like a sign.
That's a gauge for us.
That's a gauge of like, okay, where are we at? We're more physically, at it. I really like physical touch.
Yeah. Well, if you talk about the love languages, right, which is a book by Gary Chapman, but he goes through the 5 love languages.
Yeah.
And physical touch is my number 1.
Well, yeah. Well, and the funny part is that used to not even be on the list.
That's not true.
Right? Because quality time was number 1 for a long time.
Yes.
And then you're like, you know what? I think I really like physical touch. and then it kind of slowly creep back into the top spot. But it's so funny. You had this epiphany. You're like, you know what? I really like physical touch.
Well, and it's interesting because, like before you're married, you don't have physical touch the same ways. Like you just don't have the same level of intimacy as a married couple. And so I feel like it was probably always my number one, but it was not something I was really able to explore all that much until after we got married. And then, we've been married for probably 4 or 5 years before I realized, like, I think this is even more than quality time for me. Like I really, really crave and need this.
I think sometimes it's hard for guys to give physical touch that doesn't lead to some type of sexual thing.
Yeah, but you are really good at it. So like, you hold my hand in the car when we're walking, whenever we're at church, we sit close, put your arm around me.
I'm not a snuggler.
You're not a snuggler at bedtime, which that's like
Achilles
my
heel.
one thing. But I think you're better at it than you maybe think you are. You're pretty good at it.
Words of affirmation.
There you go. Okay. Number 3 is sex and physical intimacy. So obviously we had non-sexual touch. Now we have sexual touch.
0.
You can't be afraid at top of number 1.
I don't know. I mean, so number 2.
You took up your top 3 spots in 3.
Yeah, well, you started with some heavy hitters, man. Like these are heavy hitters, dude.
But so sexual touch is more than non-sexual physical touch for you.
Well, I mean,
not as far as just enjoyment factor, but I mean as far as like feeling loved by me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's very important.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you not feel like that? I don't know.
I would put non-sexual physical touch before
really.
I would.
Interesting.
I mean, I would.
Okay, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say 100%. Like, I definitely feel more loved. I don't know. It might be false, but I do.
No, I don't think there's anything false about it. But
or it might be a false gauge. I'd be curious to see where most. Yeah, dang, you started with some heavy hitters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready for the next one? So your top 3 are gone. So now we're from 4 to 15.
Okay.
That's where we're at. Okay.
Let's do it.
Next one is acts of service, doing chores, helping without being asked.
Acts of service. I would say it's in the top 10. I'm going to put it at number 9.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of acts of service in my life, but it's not something that I crave, that I don't find myself crave. Maybe because it just happens and I was going to say
maybe it's something that you almost take for granted.
I might take it for granted.
Something that's just always been done for you.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm a simple, but yeah, I mean, acts of, again, I don't do the laundry. I don't, make my meal. So it might just be a thing of, I just don't even know what I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe
to bang me over the head and be like, no, if you took away this, you would actually really enjoy acts of service because you get a lot of it.
Yeah, I think maybe.
It could be. But I'm going to put it at number 9.
Okay.
So what would you say?
I would actually probably put acts of service. I mean, I enjoy them. I think they're nice, but I would think they would be kind of lower on the list for me too.
Top 10?
I don't even know if they'd be top 10 for me, to tell you the truth.
No. Yeah. I don't know either. Like when I hear the phrase acts of service, it doesn't get me excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will say I do enjoy to do it.
Yeah. Maybe you enjoy giving it more than you receiving it.
Probably.
Yeah. That makes sense. I can see that. Yeah. Because that's what you do all day.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Next is quality time with no phones and no distractions.
Quality time. I would say I'm going to put it at number 5.
Okay, that's
number
pretty
5.
high.
Yeah, number 5.
So what are some of your favorite ways to spend quality time?
So, well, I mean, I think we have it built into the week. Like this is one of the ways, podcast day is one of the ways that we actually get to do quality time because there's no kids, there's no distractions, there's nothing like that. It's you and I, we do the podcast. Sometimes we work out. That's great. I mean, we do the weekly date night. That's something that's relatively newer just because we had so many back-to-back kids and the whole thing. But that's a great way that we do quality time. And, in terms of, because there's really never a moment where we're not with kids.
Yeah.
So those are the only,
for this.
Yeah, except for this and for date night. So those are like the 2 moments. And then besides that, it's like kid life,
Yeah.
And so,
although that is one thing we've been really intentional about since our kids were born is like our kids have a bedtime and they go to bed. And that was because we knew that even if we just get 30 minutes before we knock out at night, like we need a minute
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And that, once the kids got to be a year old or whatever, night weaned, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
and I would say, this is what I've noticed, and maybe a lot other women can chime in as well. But it seems like at night you need a time to decompose, right? I don't
decompress. Decompose is what happens when you die.
Yeah, when you need to go in the ground. Decompose. Yeah,
decompress.
You need to rot.
You need to rot.
You need to rot. Maybe you need to rot away all the stress.
The stress of decomposing.
Yeah, I've learned that is very important for you. Like, I don't need that. I can get into the bed. Like, I feel like, dude, I'm decomposed, decompressed. But however, that is a very important thing to you.
Yeah,
so I've had to learn to respect that. Because I think early on I didn't understand that whole thing. But I think I'm getting better at understanding it. I still don't really resonate with it.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like,
it's
I know it's real, and I get it because you're with the kids all day. Like, there's a lot of stuff going down. So yeah.
Well, yeah, and I just have at night after I put the kids down, I make a cup of tea, I get in bed, I read my Bible, and I always have a book going, so I'll finish. So right now
You're a reading machine.
Yeah, but I'm doing the 1 year Bible, but I'm doing the chronological version, which is like I've never done a chronological Bible before, and it is really, really been interesting. So I'm really enjoying that. So I look forward to doing that. So I'll do that reading, and then I want to read like a chapter or two of my book, and then I'm good. Which, I just need that. I don't know why.
Yeah, you do need it, and I've come to respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, like quality time, so obviously it's sitting and being able to have these conversations. I think that's important, but also like just being in bed together, like you're next to me, you're doing your work and I'm reading, like that's quality time too. You know what I mean? Because quality time is really important to me, but it's just being together.
Just being together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Okay. Next is gift giving, big or small, thoughtful surprises.
14.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm maybe even 15. I'm just putting 14 because I'm saving the last spot for something, but it doesn't really move the needle for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could get me. I wouldn't feel more loved. Like, it wouldn't be, oh my gosh, Hailey really loves me, she got me this thing, or I feel more. It's probably the last. But I'm just yeah. You're probably. I don't know if you feel the same way.
The one thing, so I love flowers. Like if you surprise me with flowers, that is just makes my day in a way I can't even tell you.
I tried the system on flowers. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to set it up on reoccurring monthly shipments. The same. And then I realized, wait a minute, that is totally not the best way to do it because it's not thoughtful at that point.
Exactly.
It's just like,
there was
flowers are coming.
There was a time where you had your assistant sending them for you, and I could totally tell it wasn't you because like the card was like not what you would say. I'm like, I know Sarah wrote this. So it's like, okay, the flowers are pretty on my counter, but it's not even as sweet.
What you didn't realize, that was ChatGPT writing those messages. No, I'm joking.
No, it was Sarah. I know it was Sarah.
Yeah, which is probably even worse. But yeah, so I'm not a gift. I'm not a gift guy.
No, you're not. Okay, next. Public support or hype, defending or praising in front of others.
4. Yeah.
Would you put that higher if your top 3 weren't taken?
No.
Good. 4 is good?
Yeah, 4 is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 is good.
Yeah, that one's definitely.
Yeah. And you know how I know? It's because anytime somebody praises me in public, I just get a little bit shy. I get a little bit like, like my ears perk up. Like, I want to hear what comes next. I get a little excited, so that's a signal to me that there's something that my body just really resonates with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there's this really, really cool thing that Richard's family actually does.
It is a cool thing.
That I would, like, if you're married to somebody who values words of affirmation, I would really encourage you to do this. But on every single person's birthday, we always go to dinner, whether it's the in-laws or their original children, and we sit around the table and everyone will go around the table and say something nice about whoever's birthday it is. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even a words of affirmation thing, and it's one of my favorite things. And I love doing it. And we always know, okay, we're going to this person's birthday dinner. I got to think about what I'm going to say about them. And it's been really, really cool. And they started it, I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And it was like, I think if I'm right, your dad had this epiphany of like, hey, we always wait until funerals to say nice things about people, but what if we could hear people say nice things about us?
It is a game changer.
It's been very, very cool. And I know I love watching you in particular on that day because you just soak it up. Like you just love it.
Yeah.
I mean, we all do. But
yeah, I love that. I would say probably everybody loves it.
Yeah, but you maybe more than even
But I
most.
really love it. Oh, yeah. That's why mine's are hours long because I don't let anybody stop. I'm glad you brought this up. We've had people that have witnessed this, right? So friends and family, sometimes they stay.
Like, whoa, that was...
And then they get to say something. And every single time literally every single time they say, dude, this was really cool. I've never been a part of something like this.
Yeah.
And, I was like, man, it's so sad because, life is so busy. You don't really get to say what you want to say, but this is the moment where, let's just say your loved one dies or something happens. You're like, you know what? I got to tell them. I told them how I really felt about them, right? And some people go a lifetime without telling somebody how they really felt about them and what they really like about them. But we get to do it every year.
Yeah.
And it changes and things kind of come up. So it's a really cool practice. And yes, I love it.
Yeah. And it's good, like sometimes your mother-in-law makes you crazy or your brother-in-law makes you crazy or whatever. But to take a minute and think about yes, they make me crazy, but what is something I can encourage them with? What is something that I love about them?
That's
and to make yourself think about those things, I think it's really good for every relationship.
Let's do it to Ishmael right now.
Ishmael. We will do it for you on your birthday.
We'll just do it live. Yeah, that's true.
On your birthday, that's going to be the episode.
Yeah, that will be it.
Okay. Next is, where did I leave off? Oh, praying together.
Praying together. Ooh, geez.
You have 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
Well, I think it's mightily important. I'm going to put it at number, I'm kind of throwing something at the wall here and seeing it sticks, but maybe 11.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm putting it at number 11.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say this, I think praying together, in terms of us as a family, we pray together, right? And I think that practice has obviously served us very well. Mm-hmm. It's like anytime something's going down, we know who to give thanks to, we know who to turn to, we know who to give our protection over to, and that has kept our family unit, I believe, very, very strong. Mm-hmm. In terms of the praying, I guess it's an interesting question because is the question because do I feel more loved because of it?
That's the question.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, but to the extent of, does it do it like the other things? I would say not.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Which I probably would have even put it lower on the list as far as love goes.
Yeah. Feeling loved. Yeah. But in terms of importance, I would say it's mightily important. Right. Right.
Yes,
it's one of those catch-22s. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like pulling the Jesus card and apples to apples, where you have to pick it, but is it the best answer?
Anytime, that's so true.
If you pull Jesus or Helen Keller, it wins.
I'm taking it. Come on,
it's got to win.
That's it. Yeah.
But if we're being honest, that's not the main way I feel loved by you.
Yeah, 100%.
But you might, I don't know. This might.
But here's the thing, man. You gotta pray for your spouse. You gotta pray over your family. You gotta pray over your kids. And I truly believe this. I've been very fortunate in life. I feel like I've had a lot of favor from God, right? A lot of favor. Things that happen to me that I don't know why. I've had that favor in my life, whatever it is, but I attribute it to a lot of prayer over me. I know my family's prayed over me. My mom's always a prayer warrior. I'm sure you're praying over me. I've had a lot of people praying over me, and I think that prayer has really set me up successfully in life, or given me more favor than maybe I deserve. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, and I want that same favor for you, and I want that same favor for our kids, and I want that same favor for all the people I love. You know, and I think prayer can really set that up in your life.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I agree. Okay, the next one is being pursued with intentional effort. Dates, planning, not getting lazy.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's the next one that I have open.
That is the next one.
I would say 6. Yeah, very important. It's the same concept as, let's just say, Rikers football. If you have a winning team, what do you normally do? You just let your foot off the pedal. You get a little complacent. You stop, practicing as hard. You're like, we got this. We're good. Everything's fine. And I think that's very dangerous in marriage because you just start assuming like, well, my spouse is always going to be there. Well, we're married 10 years. Like, where is she going to go? Like, you start saying these stupid things in your head and you don't take it as seriously, right? As if you were, dude, no, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year and we're going to win it the next year. And if you have that Tom Brady mentality of like, dude, I don't let my foot off the pedal. I don't let my foot off the gas. Very hard to do. I'm going to be honest with you. Very, very hard to do. But if you keep that mentality, you're going to say, well, I need to pursue my wife. I need to get better. I need to be a better human. I need to, wake up. I need to do things to make sure I stay sharp in the marriage and I'm pursuing my wife.
You used a phrase that I think was so important because you said, we've been married for 10 years. Where else is she going to go?
Yeah.
And that might be true. Maybe your wife is a stay-at-home mom and she has no money of her own. And where's she going to go? But do you want your wife in your bed because she has nowhere else to go? Or do you want her there because she wants to be there? Like, what a difference is that? Mm-hmm. Like, make her want to be there. Or make him want to be there.
That's a great point.
You can't have the attitude of like, where else are you going to go? It's like, yeah, but is that what you want?
No, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. It might be true, but...
You know what? I got a great lesson in my first ever sales job with a mentor of mine. I got to sit next to his office. He was the head honcho of the company, and he was going to put me in management, in a management position. I was like, oh, yeah, this is great. He's like, Rich, let me give you your first management lesson. I'm like, okay, great. Hit me with it. He says, there's a difference between being a have-to leader and a want-to leader. Mm-hmm. He said, most leaders, they're have to. I have to listen to my boss because he's going to fire me if I don't. Very few leaders are want to. I want to follow this guy.
Yeah.
I want to hear what this guy has to say. He's like, that's the difference between a good leader and a great leader. And then he taught me how to become that. And I love that principle. It's like, I want to be a want to husband. I want to be a want to father, right? Like, there's a big difference.
There is a big difference.
And I always think of that when in that context.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Okay, the next one is listening without fixing.
9. Did I put 9?
You already have 9.
8.
Okay.
8. Yeah. I think this is very much a husband thing. I think it tends to be a very man thing. And I don't think it serves men that well most times. Because here's the thing. Most times, people can think of solutions. Like, it's not that they're coming to you because they want a solution. They're coming to you mostly because they want to be heard. And they just want somebody to listen and feel what they feel and be validated in that moment. And then it's like, okay, once you understand where I'm coming from, once you understand the pain that I'm going through, once you can kind of sit with me in that empathy mode, it's like, okay, maybe we can discuss solutions. But that's typically not what they want.
Yeah. What's funny is you said you feel like this is a husband thing. I feel like I'm really bad at this.
Yes, but
I'm bad at this.
I would say you are very much unique in that. I would say you're unique in that way. Like, you make faster decisions than me in most times. Mm-hmm. And I make pretty fast decisions, but you are actually faster.
Yeah. But you'll tell me something about somebody at work and I'm like, you need to tell them this and you should do this. And I catch myself and I'm like, he doesn't need you to do that. And you guys have to understand, Rich and I handle things like this completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different. And
I made an email on this, by the way. I don't know if you
I want to read it.
Read the emails.
Oh.
But you know what it was about?
No, tell me.
It was about how you are black and white and I'm gray. And for the longest time, we couldn't sit with that. It's like, no, there's right and there's wrong.
Yes.
And then I'm like, well, yeah, there is, but sometimes there's not right and wrong. It's just gray. It's like, well, there's multiple answers.
Well, and I very much have the belief that you teach people how they can treat you.
Which is a universal truth. But I think we differ on how to get there.
I guess so. And then also I feel very protective over you.
Yeah.
And maybe oddly so, but when something happens with somebody at work, I'm ready to tear them down,
Yeah.
you can't talk about my husband like that. Oh man, yeah. I just can't handle it.
Look,
but you're so much better. And I just have to okay, he can handle this his way and he's fine.
Here's the thing. You know what? In my life, I've come to realize that my wife is pretty much always right. So much so that we've been in business for 7 years, and I don't think you've ever been wrong once.
About people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've never been wrong once. And so now it's kind of like a running joke inside the business, but like you're either on Hailey's list or you're not on her list. And I used to be like, oh, babes, really? No, come on.
This person's great.
This person. And she's like, babes, I'm telling you right now.
And I've never been wrong.
Let me tell you what this person is. And you've never been wrong.
On that, yes, that's true.
Literally never. And so now you are like a huge compass for me. Because I need to know, like, hey, what's your vibes? Because your vibes are right. Mm-hmm. And as much as sometimes I don't want to believe it and I don't want to accept it, I've now come to realize, like, I want to know what Hailey's list is. Give me your list.
Yeah.
Because if you're on Hailey's list, you're good with me. If you're not, I'm not going to go there.
Well, and this is where my black and white comes in. But like, that's not what this podcast is about. But like the people that work for you need to know, like, I'm not your buddy. I am gauging you against my husband. That is all I am doing. I'm not your friend.
Which I need that.
I am just Richard's gauge. That's all I am. There.
I need it. Yeah. So and it might be a wife's. I don't know if everybody has that or every woman has that intuition, but you have it really, really dialed in. So
yeah,
I'm going with it.
Okay. The next one is respect, especially in conflict.
Respect in conflict. 7. Yeah, I think that's my next best one. Right?
That's your next best one,
yeah.
And that one I'm assuming would probably be higher if you had.
Maybe. I don't know. I
right?
kind of like that spot of it.
Okay.
Because I think the stuff I put in front of it is probably what I would put in front of it.
Okay.
But maybe, within 1 or 2 or whatever. But yeah, respect and conflict, that's a no-brainer. Dude, if somebody were to ask me like, well, how do you guys fight? First off, we don't fight. That's not like a word we'll ever use.
Yeah.
There's no fighting.
We communicate.
We communicate. And it's like, hey, I don't agree with that. Or I do. It's like we just talk about it.
Yeah, I don't understand why things have to be a fight. I don't really get it.
Yeah, fight, honestly, you should just remove it from your vocabulary. And I know it's in Webster's, but let's just say it doesn't exist in Webster's either. It's like, there's no fighting. Like, never. Just don't fight.
And I totally hear you. And I think in our situation, like, that's totally true. But then I hear things in my DMs that some people deal with that I'm like, man, like, I don't even know how. When you have somebody that's supposed to be your partner in life that just, like, completely doesn't care about your opinion or what you want, I mean, how do you even approach? Like, I'm able to communicate with you because you genuinely care. But, like, there's some people that really don't have that, which is really crazy to me.
We discuss. We just talk. We talk about it. We try to see it as much as we can from the other person's viewpoint. And don't get me wrong, we still have emotions. We get frustrated. I get angry. I get mad. I get sad. I get all those things, but I don't show it. Mm-hmm. Like, I can feel it and not express it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I think that's the key. It's like, dude, we're not saying you have to be a robot. It's like, it's not that you're not going to feel angry in the moment. You might feel angry, but it doesn't mean you have to act on the anger, right? Mm-hmm. That's a totally different thing. And so you might get really mad at me and you might just be like, you know what? Let me just chill out real quick. Let me just communicate. Even though you're mad inside. You can do that. Like, humans can do that. You have that ability. And I think that's a difference, Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. The next one is playfulness and having fun together.
Well, I think that's important. I would say it's my next one. 12. Is that 12?
10 is your next one.
10. I'd just say 10. Yeah.
Playfulness.
10.
That's a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, 10. I would. And that's probably where I would put it. If I was given, I'm actually pretty happy with the list so far.
Are you?
Yeah,
okay.
I think there's
you only have 3 more.
Yeah. I'm hoping they're not as good as what you've been giving me, but playfulness, you always think I'm a jokester. Our son Armor, he's just such
hilarious.
A joke. He brings so much fun into life because he is just a character.
And our oldest gets so frustrated. And honestly, I'm really trying to have to figure out how to parent this because our oldest will get in trouble for things, right? He gets in trouble
because he's not that. He can't do the Armor thing.
So, but then Armor will do the same thing, but he does he knows how to diffuse situations with humor in a way that's I don't know. I can't really explain it, but then he doesn't get in trouble as much. Get in trouble because it's just his way is just different. And then our oldest gets really frustrated. So I'm really having to figure out how to parent that. If anybody has any tips there, send them my way.
I'll give you a perfect example of this. Armor, Do you remember this? He's screaming in the car, and we are dying hysterically.
Because it was funny.
And
like normally screaming in the car is not funny.
Screaming in the car is like, you don't do that. Like, no, never. Like, you're never going to scream in the car. But he's screaming in a way that we are just dying hysterically.
And like, he was screaming trying to be funny. He wasn't like
screaming
hurt
trying
or
to be
something.
funny, but like, he just pulls these things off where it's like, we can't get mad at him. Even though we're like, dude, we don't like the noise, but some way it's just funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. So if you guys have any tips on disciplining a funny child, send them to me.
Yeah, give us the tips, man.
And like, that's one thing. I enjoy humor and I enjoy having fun, but I am not a funny person. Like
Now, you've kind of adopted this identity that you're not a funny person, that you're not. I think you could be very funny, but again, that's a whole nother
I'm not
thing.
funny, and I'm okay with that.
That's
but
an
I enjoy funny.
It's an identity that you've adopted.
You're right.
It is.
Is it an identity I've adopted, or is it just something I know about myself?
No, it's an identity.
Okay. Well, I enjoy fun, and I enjoy funny.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is being helpful with the kids without being asked. That one's not super
helpful with the kids without being asked. It's applicable to you, though.
I know, but this is your game.
I would put it on my last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just put it on the last one.
And if you're new here and you don't know why we're saying that's not applicable, we have very traditional gender roles. I'm the full-time caretaker of our children. Richard definitely is very, very helpful as far as like the discipleship of our children and the discipline of our children, but the day-to-day like caring for the children is me.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Okay, we have two more. Emotional vulnerability, opening up and sharing fears and struggles.
What's my last one?
You have 12 and 13 open.
12 and 13? Okay, so I would say 13. Let's put that as 13.
Okay. What is this? Emotional vulnerability.
Yeah, emotional.
Well, I'm glad that's not super high on your list because I don't love that either.
I don't think that makes me feel any more necessarily loved. Although I want it to be true. Like, I don't want you to hold anything back. I don't want you to like feel like you have to lie to me, or if there's fear or concern, like which it's going to. But I have been told, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that I'm very easy to bring things to.
The easiest.
Yeah. And I've heard that even from like employees, like you can bring anything to me.
Yeah.
And I'm
Richard's not going to
like,
fly off the handle.
I'll pretty much talk to you like this.
Yeah.
It could be it could be literally anything.
I mean, I've seen people come to you with some doozies.
Yeah.
And you handle it just like that. And like, I've done stupid things like run into poles or whatever. And you're just like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Like, I've never, ever been scared to tell you something.
You know, the framework that I run through, and maybe this will help somebody, but the framework that I run through is immediately I say, okay, what's been done has been done. So there's no reason to get emotional about that. That's done. Then my next thought is, what's the solution? And so then I'm just thinking like, okay, well, that's done. Like, I don't care. That's done. I can't change that. Right. So what am I going to get all emotional? But what are we going to do next? And that's where my head goes. And then when I go in that zone, I'm calm because I need to figure out a solution. What's the next move? You know?
Yeah.
And that's how
I wish I had that. Like, that is one of the most admirable things about you.
Oh, yeah. We're back.
I wish I had that. So your last one that gets the number 12 spot just by default is consistency and reliability, doing what you say you'll do.
Okay, this one is probably one I'd probably move up.
Okay.
And what's the next one, 12? So this is 12. But, I mean, that's really important. Mm-hmm. And it would make me feel unloved if that was not true.
Yeah.
If you said stuff and you were just not doing the stuff, I'd be like, dude. We both value consistency.
Yes, very highly.
Very highly. I would say we have a very consistent life. Like, I know what to expect from Hailey literally every day. I think you pretty much know what to expect from me. We tend to be very consistent people, not only in behaviors, but in our attitudes, our emotions. That's served us very well. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, it's number, what is it? 12? 12, but man, I don't know where I would put it. I would put it higher.
Okay.
I'd put it higher.
You want to hear your final list?
Yeah.
We've got words of affirmation, number 1.
Yes.
Sexual touch, non-sexual touch, public support or hype, quality time, being pursued with intentional effort, respect in conflict, listening without fixing, acts of service, playfulness or having fun, praying together, consistency, reliability, emotional vulnerability, gift giving, and helping with the children without being asked.
Nice.
That's your final list. That's
I would
pretty
say
good.
it's a pretty accurate list.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I did pretty good.
You did pretty good.
I'm going to pat myself on the back.
I know.
Especially for not knowing what was going to come
You did not
next.
know what was on that list.
Dude,
So
that's legit.
good work. So number 1 is words of affirmation. You're sticking with that? Of the whole list?
Yes, I'm going to go with that, number 1. I'll keep that one. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Now, what would be your number 1 on that list?
Oh, my number 1 would be non-sexual physical touch. That would be my number 1.
Non-sexual physical touch. Really? That's your holy grail, huh? Wow.
That'd be my number 1. But I don't know. I could sit down and kind of play with that because I'd be pretty close to yours, but I would definitely move some things around.
Yeah. Well, hey, when you're flying blind,
You're flying blind.
This was fun, though. I liked it.
This was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot
That's
of
a
fun.
good
What would you say? I mean, what would the audience say, man? If you
Yeah.
were to put this, we should put a little picture of it.
So we're going to wrap up with our final little podcasty things. While we do that, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments because you guys have a little bit of a delay, so it'll take us a minute to see it.
Conscious discipline. That's great.
So as always, we really appreciate if you guys will subscribe, share episodes with your friends.
Share, baby, share.
You can subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, any podcasting platform. Leave a comment, leave a review.
Yes, we got marriage resources down below. So if you're
Yes.
watching this on podcasting or YouTube and you're looking to grow your marriage, build your marriage, we got some great stuff. Just links down below for you.
Yeah.
You can enjoy those. And yeah.
And
let's
if you
freaking dive in.
ever wish to communicate with Rich and I directly, the best way to do that is via DM on Instagram. That's the only
right.
place that we are actually
Super
active
active.
and in there.
Yes.
And other than that, thank you guys so much for being here.